Welcome back to another Medtech Snapshot. With me today is Trisha Aure, Senior Director of Operations and Delivery with our organization, Square One Engineering. We're actually going to be talking about something a little different today, which is the power of networking and perhaps just important, the reasons why people do it versus why they don't. All right, Trish, so today we're talking about networking. So I'd love for you to share with us a little bit of your perspective of, one, just what has been your involvement with the local industry here from a networking perspective? Where have you found it to be positive and or perhaps challenge for professionals? Then I would also love just, what are you doing today? So feel free to take it away.
Yeah, the impact of networking can be huge. I think when you're going into networking, though, the thing to think about, though, is it's a continuous journey. You need to continuously network. You need to continuously build relationships. And the impact, if you're doing so, can benefit your career, your professional growth, and maybe even your personal goals. It's really important to find people to network with, if that's a mixer, a coffee, a happy hour, to find people that are like-minded as yourself. So similar goals, similar interests, connections that you can make, that you can talk about obstacles you're dealing with, strategies that you may need to be able to bounce off ideas, really that safe space in order to have certain discussions with. Personally, I'm looking for people to network that are in the medical device industry. It directly relates to my work, what I do, who I am, and how I want to impact my industry. Something I'm very passionate about is technical women in medical device. A few years ago, I was actually introduced to Medtech Women. I've been a member ever since, and it's been very beneficial for me. I've been able to find a group that I can share certain things that I'm dealing with in my professional career, and they've dealt with the same things, or maybe they're giving me advice on things to be able to help elevate my career. Another thing I've been able to really take advantage of within this group is creating my own small networking groups. So I'm actually hosting another event on March 13th at the Square One headquarters here in Irvine. And my intention really there is just to create deeper connections, be able to build a community of people around me where we could just talk about what's going on in your career, how you can get through certain things and where we're looking to go. I think one of the things
I want to go back to something that you had brought up before. I think you did a good job of explaining it, but I also think at times this part of networking is a little misunderstood. A lot of times we see people who go out and they network because they're almost forced to having to do that. So can you kind of walk us through, if you're networking not proactively, what does that look like? What are maybe some of the fallout pieces there that people don't expect?
So I think one of the, and I don't know if stigma is the right word, but things of why people think they should go network is because I need a job. I need to go out and meet people so I can find a job. Now, I'll tell you, if that's the reason you're going to go start networking, now you need to ride that journey and give that as your reason to continue to network. But to be realistic, you're not going to find a job your first networking event, your third one. The reason to network is to be able to, again, kind of create that community around you. So when that time does come, it's how to get through that next obstacle in your career. Hey, I just got laid off. I'm looking for a transition in my career. What advice do you have? Do you know what other industries, events that I might be able to go to? I can learn from more where I can figure out what my next step is. But I think going to places with a resume in hand, expecting to get a job, that's not networking. That's a job fair.